Hello, my name is Alma Costa, and today I will be talking about how I believe that we can fulfill our mission of the City of Pico Rivera through PBIS. The City of Pico Rivera has an after school program called REACH. And so, REACH is, or it stands for Recreation and Education Accelerating Children's Hopes. This program was established in September of 1999, and this program offers a lot of opportunities for the youth of Pico Rivera, specifically those in the El Rancho Unified School District, who don't have the opportunity to go straight home after school. A lot of these students have their parents leave them at the school due to work reasons. Some of the parents are in school studying, and because of that, they leave their children in the hands of this program that provides after school care ranging from homework help, outdoor activities, enriching lit art, which I'll explain later on, and snack for the students. These students are from the age ranges or the school grade ranges of TK to fifth grade. I have been working with this program for about 3 years, and so I believe that there's a lot that the REACH program could benefit from by utilizing PBIS. And so the question is, what is PBIS? PBIS stands for Positive Behavioral Interventions and Supports. And so this program was implemented into the school system through a multi-tier approach that tackles on social, emotional, and behavioral support. The purpose of this program is to really tailor the outcomes that students face after misbehaviors towards students who struggle with disabilities or students who are underrepresented in their schools. And these tiers help in creating an effective and efficient environment that gives kids equal opportunity to hone in and really improve their social, emotional, and academic skills in the schools. This is also a program that is being used by the El Rancho Unified School District, who we collaborate with as the city. So the question is, who are the stakeholders? Who would be affected by using PBIS, or who is this for? Well, in general, PBIS is originally intended for everyone, anyone and everyone. Any people of all ages, people individually or in groups, and people of all abilities. And so as you can see in the chart over here, this can be applied to different types of environments, but specifically we're going to look at the environment of the after school program of the REACH program. The stakeholders in this program would be the students who are, as said earlier, from TK to fifth grade, the staff, specifically the classroom leaders and the site coordinators, the parents of the REACH students, and ultimately the city of Pico Rivera, because this is who we all represent at the end of the day. The reason I decided to really focus on this program specifically, the way I feel that it would help the REACH after school program, is because student mental health is something that I've noticed through my experience working with the after school program. For example, last year I worked with students who came from foster care. I worked with students who had social workers come visit and check on their behavior weekly. Some of these students needed therapists due to their aggressive behavior, but unfortunately weren't provided the opportunity to get a therapist. And so because of that, I think that this is a big factor into the misbehaviors that we encounter as staff in the after school program. A lot of these students don't have access to mental health services due to inadequate funding, lack of parental support. Sometimes the community doesn't support it, or they're reluctant to label these students because they're afraid of creating stigma around the child, when in actuality they do need the services and they do need help, but there's a fear to do that because of all the stigma that surrounds it, or because they don't really have the resources to help the students. And so before addressing how we can implement it into or tie it into our program, let's look at how PBIS looks in schools. And so in PBIS, there are 3 tiers. There is the bottom tier, which is a school-wide intervention for all the students and staff involved in the program, where they teach what the behavior expectations are. They teach them the social skills through different classes and through different reinforcements. There's also a second tier that is used in case these misbehaviors occur, and they practice improving these behaviors through small groups or through circles of restorative justice. And sometimes when there needs to be an extra step, or if these misbehaviors are specific towards a certain child, they do have interventions for these children through individual therapy. There's assessments that are done to identify what is triggering these misbehaviors or these certain behaviors, and there's a plan that is created to assist the student and allow them to survive in the school environment and really be enriched in the process and not miss out on the opportunities that other students have. PBIS also uses 4 pillars, and these are very crucial to making sure that the staff and the school in general are on track with making sure that there's a safe environment for them. And so the first would be establishing the expectations they have of the students. So making it clear what behaviors they expect of the students. Not only establishing them, but the next pillar would be explicitly teaching them that. And so this would be through model behavior, this would be through charts that are posted in the classrooms, and having the teachers also give classes regarding what kind of behaviors should be practiced. Another pillar, which is very important in maintaining this behavior, is reinforcing the expectations that they have of the students and correcting any behavioral errors that happen. Which was exemplified through the therapy that is given, through the assessments, and through other methods. But anything that will prevent them from reprimanding the student in a way that is ineffective. And so, as the city of Pico Rivera, where do we begin? Because this might seem overwhelming. This might seem like a huge task to ask of the city to implement a program. But as we can see, the El Rancho Unified School District already uses this type of program. And so the first step would be modeling the behavior. So the best way to do this would be to have trainings and teaching the staff what kind of behaviors we should be modeling. Another tactic is giving us ideas of what type of positive reinforcement to use, because rewarding them with chips isn't always going to work. There needs to be different types of positive reinforcements that need to be practiced. And ultimately, building relationships with the students. We are with the students for a significant amount of time. It might not be 8 hours, but 4 hours is a very long time to students who want to go home, who don't want to be there. And so building relationships is important. As you can see here, sorry about that, in the picture where the young woman is raising her hand and doing this, this is an example of model behavior that we use positive reinforcement, or that could use positive reinforcement. This young student is showing us PACS, and PACS is something that students use when the teacher or the classroom leader needs the class to quiet down. And so one way to practice positive reinforcement would to say something along the lines, I like how Sophia is sitting quietly and showing me PACS. And this has a trickle effect. You see other students, in essence, doing the same thing because they want to be recognized for doing something positive. And the reason why they want to do that is because they've already built a relationship with you. And when they build that relationship with you, there's an open line of communication, and there's, most importantly, trust. And so the tools that we can use in implementing this is, for example, charts. These charts show the students what the expectations are for certain areas. These include how to behave in the library, how to behave at the restrooms, how to behave on the playgrounds, how to behave in the cafeteria during snack time, and the list can go on. And we're very specific about what kind of behaviors we expect, such as behavior, being responsible, being respectful, and so on. Another tool that we like using is acronyms. Acronyms stick very well with the students. At our school, we have the acronym PAUSE, but as a REACH program, we don't really use it because we don't know it. And so I think it's important for REACH to come up with their own acronyms to use with the students in order to teach them the values that they need to become better behaved students. And I truly believe that PBIS can be an investment that pays off in the long run. In this chart, you can see how the behavior trends changed once PBIS was introduced. We see that the number of negative behaviors decreased over a course of about 4 months, and how not only did they decrease, but positive behaviors also increased, or the number of positive incidents. And that's very important to us because we have to write up sometimes or kick kids out of the program because they don't behave well. And I think that if we were to implement this, we'd see a lower number of kids being kicked out or dropped out of the program, which is a very unfortunate thing to see a lot, because this is a resource that parents need because of the circumstances they're faced in, such as having to study in school or having to work. Another advantage to this is the amount of time we use or save in the program. As we can see, teachers save a lot of time by using this method because they don't have to spend all this time correcting behaviors. The kids are already practicing good behaviors. And so by doing this, we can invest more time into the students of the after-school program by providing them more time in the clubs, such as cooking club, robotics club, mini Olympics. And this will really give them more opportunities to be involved in their community and city. The other benefits of collaborating with the PBIS program is that a lot of these behaviors that we see in high schools, or for example, like such as drug use or violence, start at a very young age. This chart right here that you see on the screen is how prevention programs reduce unhealthy behavior, specifically in fifth graders, which is the same age group that we work with. And so, unfortunately, a lot of these incidents or these bad behaviors do start at a young age. And I believe that having this type of model behavior, this type of program will benefit them in the long run. This is the best place to start them at, to really help them learn and practice good behaviors to prevent these instances from happening. And so ultimately, at the end of the day, these kids, they come to the program, and I really like this quote because it summarizes our relationship. It says, "Friends ask you questions, enemies question you," by Chris Jami. And when these kids come after school, a lot of them tell us, I see you like a sister, I see you like a brother, I see you like my best friend. And they're hurt when we have to discipline them. And I don't think we should always resort to reprimanding them or disciplining them through harsh measures. I think we can provide them a safe environment and also teach them how to behave effectively as good community members by practicing or implementing PBIS. I would rather see a lot more students participating and learning what teamwork looks like, or trying new things such as making slime, or even exploring the world and exploring new things. And the first place we need to start is by building relationships with them. And by eliminating the misbehavior factors, I think we can do a lot with that. I think this program is something that the city should really look into. I think it only makes sense because the El Rancho Unified School District uses it, and if they use it, then they must be doing something right. A lot of these students, I think they see the REACH program as a free-for-all, and if we don't really try continuing implementing what they're practicing in the schools, in the after-school program, then we're really having a lot of missed opportunity escape out of our hands. And so, as someone who is a citizen of the city, and as someone who works with these students, I kindly ask that we try implementing this program into our city program, the REACH program, because the children are the future, and the children really need a safe place to learn and thrive. And it starts with us. Thank you.